second. I just realized I forgot. You told me about the webcam, and I forgot to give it to OBS anyway. We are live. What's up, guys? I'm fixing my webcam. 1 second.
Yeah, so welcome back to Tech Gaming Weekly, guys. Just starting off, as always, with a quick 10-second segment of technical difficulties.
and I just accidentally rolled the intro for a second time, and then I cut it off, which they're actually probably really disappointed about.
Oh man, I can imagine people just banging the desks.
You'll just have to wait an hour and 15 minutes, and then you can watch the intro again. Okay.
Jerky, you messed up 10 seconds of a free show, man. That's terrible news. But yeah, what's been going on? Personal news. I have been sick the last week, but I'm coming really good today. Like I had like 12 hours sleep. Feel fantastic. And I'm going to I think I'm going to Universal Studios tomorrow.
Oh man.
So that'll be good.
Is it just like the actual studio, or like the Universal Studios that's like an amusement park like that?
Yeah, in Hollywood, the amusement park one. So
all right.
Looking forward to that.
So it's like Disney World.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. And then I want to go see the beach and all that stuff. So down in California.
Go on Back to the Future ride.
Yeah, that's it. So I want to do that. And then, other news, tech news, I did get that water cooler on my GTX 980 Ti. I ordered a H55. It's just like a cheap water cooler. Uh-huh. And damn, it makes a huge difference. So when I do like my air cooling versus water cooling video, I'm definitely going to focus more on putting a water cooler on a high-end graphics card where it makes a real difference. Like I found with CPUs, it makes a difference, but it's not that great of a difference, especially if you lose the silicon lottery. Yeah. I found on GPUs, it makes a big difference. Like my graphics card beforehand, I could only get like 19,300, and that was like noisy and hot, like really hot, really noisy on my 980 Ti. Yeah. And I put this H55 water cooler on. And it's like, wow, I'm getting like 20,600 in 3D Firestrike, 3D Mark Firestrike.
Damn.
And the thing is, it's like not even going over 50 degrees. I'm just like, wow, this is awesome. So anyone who gets a high-end graphics card, I'd really recommend putting it underwater if they can, especially if they can for like $60 or something like that. Because my 980 Ti now on a H55 is just kick-ass. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So yeah, that $60, that was well spent. I mean, for instance, I did have the Kraken G10. That was the kit that you need to put it on your graphics card. Yeah. I got that for free, so that was a bonus.
It was the Cooler Master, or the Corsair?
Corsair H55. It's really good. It's a decent.
Okay. That's my friend Yuki. He runs a YouTube channel, Reckless Yuki. He did that as well. He did. I think it was dual 980 Ti's. He had 3 GTX 980s in SLI. And he switched those out for 2 980 Ti's, and then he put the Corsair water coolers on them. And and it was crazy because he also spent like an extra $100 like buying like the highest end EVGA card, and I was like, oh man, what are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you doing, mate? Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. Just getting the cheapest reference cards and then banging water coolers on them. Banging water coolers on them because
it is. I mean, it is worth it. Like, to maybe even if you do buy a reference, maybe to get a higher clocked one. Like EVGA does do a super clocked reference cards, just because I think they bin those chips. Yeah. Because like testing like SSC and like the the enthusiast cards or whatever from MSI or whoever Sapphire, I think they bin those cards for overclocking. Honestly.
I mean, some people do, some companies don't. I mean, I know the Inno 3D one that I had, that wasn't binned. Well, I mean, I got lucky. That's a bad boy.
I could tell you for sure that Sapphire does not, because that Fury didn't. I didn't do any overclock on that thing. Nothing. So that thing was not binned. There's no way.
Okay. Yeah.
If it was, they need to check who does the binning.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think MSI do. I know with their gaming series, they have 2 different lineups. I think they've got the Light Edition and the Gaming Edition.
The Gaming Edition and Lightning.
No, Light as well. They've got the Light, L-I-T-E.
That's only in Japan.
Okay, that's the bottom of the barrel or something.
Yep, I remember when I got my 770 Lightnings, I remember they had the 770 like Light as well, and I was like, "What is this?" It was like the same thing, but it was like $20 cheaper. I was like, "What is this? Where do I find it?" And then I found it was Japan only.
Okay,
so that makes sense why you're familiar with it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just know there's a few things that a few people out there binning, but I got lucky with my 980 Ti, and now putting it underwater, it's like it can reach its max potential, which is awesome because I'm really over the moon because I'm going to try and crack 21,000 on that 3D Mark. Boom. That's right. So But I just, it's funny because like people are putting like 240 mil water coolers on their CPUs, and the radiators aren't even getting even warm, right? It's like a waste of money. You probably get it like on, especially on 4-core Intels, right? They don't even put out that much heat. You don't even need like a Cooler Master 212 will do that thing absolutely fine. I mean, when you start to move up to the 6-core and 8-core Intels, or even the 8-core FX80 350, then that's kind of when you need a water cooler. But even then, at 120 mil would probably do those CPUs absolutely fine. Like, I just see a lot of people whacking 240 mil coolers on their CPUs, and it's like just a waste of money, you know. So when your GPU could use that much better. So
yeah, it's giving you better temperatures for sure on the higher one, but I feel like I've known for a long time that water cooling was not going to deliver much in terms of real world performance necessarily on the CPU.
Yeah, on the CPUs. Yeah,
but cooling, yeah, it's gonna run cooler. But I'm not a temperature snob. I used to worry about that kind of stuff. Like, oh my god, it's like 85, it's gonna break. Oh my god, it's 85 degrees. Like, it's not. They people on the forums told me it's not supposed to go over 60. It's like
for Intel, you can go. You just you go like to 90 degrees and you're still cool.
Yeah, I don't know about cool, but you're pretty much at that point. You're like, okay, I'm either doing something really insane, or I should maybe look at a better cooling solution.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so do we want to move on to some tech talks? Unless you got some more personal news that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I do have some personal news. Slut Cave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he upgraded the whole room. Yeah. Joker's got the room decked out with a new Duco.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's got new paint.
Got the whole room, and I got the extra desk over there, which I've still not even used yet. And I haven't plugged in that second PC either. I've got everything over there. It's just sitting there. Basically, today could have been the day to do that, but I edited a video all day, and now we're doing this, which is awesome.
Yeah. Well, have you got Jar Jar Binks in there?
No Jar Jar Binks.
Okay. Well, apparently he's a Sith.
No, he's not.
So it's true. It's confirmed.
He's not a Sith.
He did that massive jump. That's enough for me.
I've seen the jump, and
it's Sith confirmed. It's Sith confirmed.
Nope, because you Siths don't. I don't think. Wait, do Sith jump?
They can jump. Yeah, Palpatine can jump.
I remember seeing a lot of Jedis jumping around. I didn't say too many Siths jumping, but yeah, Palpatine was jumping around in the Senate quarters there. Yeah, he was jumping around from the pods.
Yeah, Sith. He's a Jar Jar. Sith confirmed.
Siths are OP, man. And in other news, I mean, Adam Driver, the guy that does play Kylo Ren, does happen to look like Keanu Reeves fucked a gremlin, right?
Yeah. I posted that on.
I seen that and I looked at it and I was just like, "Yep,
it's so true." Yep. Keanu Reeves plus gremlin.
Totally true. He looks like a gremlin from the movie Gremlins. Yep, Keanu Reeves fucked him.
Yep.
And there's Adam Driver. I think the dates may even line up, so we may have something there.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right. Anyway, so you want to move on to the first thing? The Segway's hoverboard leads a double life as your personal robotic assistant.
Oh, dude, this fucking thing is baller. If this thing could support Mack trucks, I would love to ride one.
You know, the first thing that came to my mind with this?
What's that?
Is like your personal porn assistant. Yep, get over there. Take some shots. Over there.
Dude,
yep,
this thing's
come over here.
Come on, the eyes on this thing are so fucking cute. It's got like a screen for a face, so like the eyes animate and like blink and stuff like that in the videos I've seen. Yeah, it looks so cool. It can answer the door. It can take phone calls. That's the only couple things I heard so far.
It can answer the door. Like, can actually open the door.
It says someone said they can answer the door. I know. Okay,
well, that's different from opening the door.
Well, hey, they have. I said answer. I didn't say open. He has two arms. He has hands. I'm pretty sure he can pick things up.
But I mean, who can answer the door with the door closed? Like, oh yeah, I'm just behind the door. I need to give you a parcel.
He could walk up to the door and say, "Who is it?" Or if you had something like a security camera at the front door, he has that linked into his screen, and you're sitting there taking a shit. Yeah, someone's at the door, like, "Hey, fucking Billy Robot, come over here." Like, "Oh, it's fucking Jim at the door. Hey, Jim, I'll be down in 2 seconds. I'm taking a shit."
Yeah. That's the new age thing, right?
I would send down the robot, but according to Brian, you can't answer a door.
You can't open it.
Heads.
Which which still typically answering a door would be the same, right? You could have the comp. What if you don't even need the robot? You just have the camera in your toilet, because you're always in the toilet, right? So you just be like, I'm just taking a shit.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Oh man.
So
I guess that's the new age, right? You're just telling people too much information.
As far as like tech applications, could you think of any tech applications like for this? Maybe I'm talking about for you though. Like in your everyday life, like you're at home running the YouTube channel, you're building PCs.
Yeah, like voice command. Like if I needed to look up something and I'm in the middle of, I'm in the middle of like tweaking something, I'll be like, just Google this BIOS code or Google whatever, whatever this controller is. If I needed to know information on the fly, that would be so handy. Excellent. And if it read it out to me, right?
Hey, he does have hands. Maybe he could be an extra pair of hands holding the radiator while you screw in a water cooler.
I wouldn't trust him with that. What if he drops it? I mean, his hands.
He's basically a tripod. He's just got to sit there and hold it, doesn't he?
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll just put it on his lap. He's got a good lap there.
I like how you've already anthropomorphized him and calling him a him.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy in the picture with him, so I don't know. It looks like a him. Come on, it looks like a him.
So since the robot is a him and he's with a guy, so you're saying it's a gay robot now?
Possibly. I don't know. You got to ask him. Got to ask him his sexuality. But if he had pinks, he's got red on the wheels. Come on. He's got red. Well,
he's got to have custom RGB lighting. That's first off. That's first off.
Well, he's definitely. I'd say he's a guy.
And he's got to get that iPhone out of his fucking head and make it an Android. And he'd be in good business then.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure that is an iPhone. That is an iPhone, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right. That'd be cool. Anyway, actually, it would be really cool if that works with any phone. So you can work with any smartphone. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think 2016 is the year though. A lot of shit's gonna go down.
Dude,
this year.
It's already going down, man. Like
2015 was pretty mediocre. Like pretty, Like we had VR, but it wasn't impressive. It was like I tried the VR on, I felt like vomiting.
I agree.
Then Intel released a lackluster CPU, and we didn't. Yeah, not much else.
Yep. So, I know I want a sex robot.
Okay.
I want a sex robot that I could play checkers with and.
All right, you're going into too much detail.
And not I would say take long walks on the beach, but he would be taking me on long walks, couldn't he? Segway.
Yeah. Yep. That's Segway. That's Segway for you guys. So we want to talk about Netflix now. Launches in Movie Mad India.
Yep.
For 500
rupees. Yeah.
Yep. How much is 100 rupees? Like I'm just
I looked it up before the show. Don't worry. 500 rupees is about $7.50. And a Netflix subscription is $7.99 a month, so it's about equivalent to what it costs in the US.
Okay, so that's pretty good then. I like it how they're doing fair pricing all around the world if they're going to roll this out. That's really good.
Yep.
Because I know if it comes down under, if it comes to Australia, it's like, it's $7.50 in the States, but entry level in Australia, $20. So
yeah,
plus GST, $22.
Well, I went on the I've been on the Australian Netflix over VPN, I have to say, and I don't know if you've used it, but it's the worst. It's pretty much the worst Netflix on the entire planet. I've used all of them. Well, not all of them. I've used all the ones I have access to, and that's the worst. I've been on Netflix in probably 20 to 30 different countries over VPN, and Australia is bad, man. I would not get a Netflix subscription there. And I understand now. I understand why, because there was like I think it was maybe a year ago, or maybe even earlier 2015. I think we even covered it possibly. Is that there was issues with Netflix, and they were banning the VPNs in Australia and stuff like that because people were using them to access it in the States. And now it makes sense because their library sucks. Because for people that don't know, like different countries have different Netflix libraries because they have different licensing agreements with different countries and different studios. So they changed it around, which is why I'll go on like UK Netflix because they'll have completely different movies as well as like as well as they'll have just movies like you'd be familiar with, just stuff that's not on the American Netflix. And then in addition to that, they'll also have maybe like UK shows that we wouldn't get imported over here, which is good. By the way, if you want a good one, Utopia, awesome.
But that's the thing, you can actually use your login and go to the UK site with your login. That's pretty king.
You don't even have to. Well, you're already logged in. You just have to basically open up your VPN, set your country, and then that's it. You just open up Netflix and it's just a text. Hey, you're from London. Here you go. Here's the London related content. And this is not only India. They've launched in a bunch of other countries. I guess India's
190 countries. Yeah, wow.
India's getting the biggest press right now, but it's in a bunch of other countries as well. I just accidentally opened this, so I can't read the fucking list.
huge news. That's pretty
If
good.
if you've got the list up, I accidentally opened up another tab, so I can't.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean,
It's,
if I go back to
Russia.
Australia, I want to figure out how to get this, like the American one and the UK one, cracking on my TV down there. You know.
I don't know. My tab was glitching out, but it was like Russia, Saudi Arabia, Vietnam. There's a few more countries they added with Netflix, but
That's
yeah,
sweet.
that's an interesting story. You want to go on to this this EVGA quick disconnect? You see this thing? I couldn't find any other press on this. Gamers Nexus did do a video on it from CES. Other than that, this
Okay,
is the
so
only picture I've seen.
this is Jacob Freeman's post, the upgradable.
Yeah,
post?
Jacob from
Yeah.
EVGA. He posted this on
Okay.
Twitter. That's how I heard.
Yeah,
about
I mean, it looks really good. I mean, especially that they're getting water. I mean, people are starting to realize the benefits of water. I mean, myself, I haven't tried water on a GPU for a long time, like ages ago.
Yep.
And then I tried it recently. It's like, holy moly, water on a GPU makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
It's really good, and especially since they're starting to do that. EVGA, I know MSI are also doing it with Corsair or something on the 980 Ti, but
Well, on the
you'll
single
see it-
card, but not like this. This is cray.
yeah, but when you start to get to these high-end cards and high-end components, water cooling does start to make a lot of sense. So this is actually really good that they've got a whole closed loop system on like 4 graphics cards and the CPU. I want to know the
that's
radiator
nuts.
size though. What do you know the radiator size?
He did.
Or
He
like-
had another picture on his Twitter account. I believe it looked like a 240 millimeter radiator. If I'm being honest, that's what it
One?
looked. That's what it looked. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, I'd say it'd have like I'd want like a 480 on that.
I don't know.
Cool.
I could not see the entire thing, but when I saw it earlier, it was just literally a reservoir on top of the case going across the top. I don't know if there was
Okay.
another one.
He's
That was,
teasing.
That was
He's
all.
teasing.
That was all I could say there. Oh wait, here's the photos. Here they are. Yeah,
Yep.
there's this one right here. All you see is the like the edge of it, so you really can't tell if it's going across the entire top or not.
I mean, the cabling does look a little bit messy, but
It does, yeah. The tubing, like, while I kind of like black rubber tubing, this looks really industrial and like, I don't know, man. It's like those, I don't know what. It's like those.
But at the end of the
those look
day-
like
at
the
the end of the
tubes from the
day-
Matrix that they put into the back of their head. That's what they look like. That's what they look like.
But at the end of the
Yeah,
day, though, at the
Matrix
end of
me
the
up.
day,
Actually, I just want to plug those
Yeah.
into something. Just give me
but
one.
at the end of the day, I like it how they're picking performance over cosmetics. That's how it is with me anyway. Like, I'd rather pick performance over cosmetics any day of the week because at the end of the day, I'm staring at my monitor playing video games. I'm not staring at my case playing video games, you know? So EVGA get kudos for that. It's like, look, let's get the best performance possible out of these components, and who cares about looks?
I
Just have it matrix plugs.
I just wanted to say I agree with Michael Weiss in chat that Steve from Gamers Nexus is an absolute beast. That guy's a fucking champ.
I had a falling out with that dude, man.
He fucking
yeah.
Despite what maybe anyone thinks about him personally, I mean, the guy busts his ass. He puts out a shitload of content, and it's usually pretty just straightforward and unbiased. It's just like, here's the info, do with it what you want. He doesn't really put much personal opinion.
I know.
into it. So it's
I had an
that's
argument
what I
with
like
him
about him.
on
He's
that
like, here's the facts.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
I mean, yeah, dude, he was pretty ignorant when I was trying to I was even giving him praise, and then he just came back and like basically just said I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, what? It's like he was saying something about Western Digital on the blue. It was like on the black was 2 platters. It was like, no, they were the exact same hard drives on the 1 terabyte. And I even showed him all the evidence. And then he just starts saying I've got poor journalistic skills and all this. I'm like, what? Like, don't talk to me.
That's what really sounds awkward.
Yeah,
like an
I don't
awkward
know, man. It
conversation.
was just, yeah, it's just, I just had a falling out.
Was this on YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube, man. One of
need-
his videos.
I need screenshots, man.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't want to stir a dead horse anyway. So
Okay, just tell me what video it is so I can go read it myself.
okay, well we'll tell you after the show. It's all right. So
All right, and then follow me at JokerSlant on Twitter, and I'll let everyone in the chat know.
that's it. Everyone on the chat knows. Yeah.
Kidding. No, I will.
Anyway,
I like stirring. I like stirring the pot.
I know who doesn't, right? Everyone needs the pot to be stirred sometimes. So we got Nvidia announces the supercomputer for self-driving cars at CES 2016. Now, this is a really smart move from their company standpoint, right? They're definitely owning the gaming market up, and I think with Pascal, they're definitely going to keep doing that, right? They're going to keep introducing their, whatever it is, fortified business strategy, and keep making money. But when they're branching out with that technology, right? That GPU compute is so powerful, right? And they're going to utilize that and start putting these devices, like they're going to start putting them in cars. That's where, you know, the future is. Definitely. They see a niche there and they're definitely hitting it up. Especially when you're paying 100 grand for a car. You know, what for the manufacturers, what's an extra $800 when you've got this special chip in there that can analyze license plates, analyze distances and all that, and make it a good self-driving car. So I don't know. What do you think about this? The PX2, was it the Nvidia Drive PX2?
To be honest, it fucking put me to sleep.
Really?
Yep. Literally, I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I think it's cool, but here was my thought: was like I knew the CES was coming. I woke up that morning. I was like, I was like kind of like half awake, and then it popped into my brain. I was like, wait, it's CES. Like a kid on Christmas, like, wait, it's Christmas. And I was like, and I just sat up. I was like, it's CES. And I just turned on my TV and went to YouTube. And I was like, where's highlights? And I see Nvidia's channel. It's just like 8 videos of Jensen, and it's just like cars. And I'm just like, you go fuck yourself. It's just literally every time they do a press conference, they either talk about cars or shields. 2 things I couldn't give 2 fucks about.
Yeah, right. We're just interested in the hardcore enthusiast.
Show us the GPUs in the games. Show us the games.
That's it. That's true, eh? Like, I mean, this is all good and but for us personally, like, I didn't even know. This is not even going to come into my life. I do not have $100,000 to pay for a car. You know, like, forget. No, I didn't even know yet. Like, I didn't even know in the future, even if I did have money, I wouldn't pay 100 grand for a car.
But dude, you just
I'd have more kids. Man.
Once you hit
an army.
Well, you got to hit 63,387 subscribers. As soon as you do, you get a check from YouTube for 100 grand. It's a clause not many people know about. It's a completely arbitrary number, and that's why. And they chose it for a reason. But
okay, I'm going to get to that.
I can't explain it here today.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to get to that arbitrary number.
So you want to talk about this really
supercomputer? This 14 nanometer anyway. It's got basically this PX2. It's got all that new Pascal stuff, 14 nanometer, new architecture, whatnot. It's also got 12 CPU cores in there, so 150 MacBook Pros in one GPU. That's what they're saying. Okay, anyway.
It's really cool technology, and it's in cars. I guess we're not really car guys.
Yeah, well, I'm a car enthusiast, but I'm more into like turbos, like Japanese turbos.
Well, you see, Tyler said that to me when I went and saw him. I was like, he was talking about like all this stuff in cars, and I was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, he's like, you're not into cars, and I'm just like, no. And he's like, all the tech guys are into cars. How are you not into cars? I was like, because I don't give a fuck about cars.
Well, being in Japan, man, I'm into Japanese imports. I grew up on Japanese, like, you know, SR20 DT, the Sylvia.
Yeah, I like looking at like
RB20s. Like, I grew up on Nissans and Toyotas.
I love looking at beautiful cars, but like, you know, when people start like, you know, ringing off about like fucking cams and headers and all this other stuff, I'm just like, I mean, I could do that about computer parts if you want to do that. I mean, we could do that about computer parts, but cars, that's where you lose me. It's just like, I'm going to go over here.
True. Well, it's what you can do with the car. But anyway, like a computer and a car, any car enthusiast really isn't going to care too much. I mean, it's all about having a manual, you know, having your car just put out horsepower, and then you experience that by driving it yourself, right?
Yep.
So that's a car enthusiast. But yeah, let's move on to the next topic. AOC unveils a 35-inch curved monitor with 160 hertz FreeSync. Now, I was just reading this. I was reading this with open eyes. I had
the same response as you, and the resolution and the response time. It's like, wow, man.
Ew. Like, I was like, AOC, ew. What are you doing, guys?
Can I say this, though?
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that they put all of their inputs on the back of the stand is the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen on a monitor.
What's this for?
Look at the second picture. They've got all the inputs on the stand.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That is good.
That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Like,
that's smart, right? For cable management too. Yeah.
It's not good for anyone that ever wants to get rid of the stand, or if you wanted to wall hang or use it, or if like something like that. But if you're just going to use it on your desk, like I use regular stands. I had my issues with monitor arms. I would really like this. I would love a monitor stand with something like that personally, because I hate having to reach around back and try to like go vertically and like guess which connector is which. With this, I feel like it would be a lot more intuitive and easier to access from the desk.
Yeah. So I mean, just the 1080 though, it just turned me off. I was like, ew, yuck.
Yes,
5 milliseconds, ew.
I agree, but I want to see that stand on more monitors, please.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna say, like, I don't know who's gonna be buying one of these things because it's like 35 inch. Then you've already got 34-inch curves
I
that
don't
are
like
like,
the
1440. They're a grade above that,
I don't like the
I mean,
glossies
160
on it, but it's I don't know. It's got like controls on it too. The front. It's a really cool stand.
I mean, I love how thin the bezel is. Look how thin that bezel is. Like, damn.
That's not thin enough for me.
Like, look at
Oh,
the top.
the bottom one, you mean, or the top picture?
Yeah, look at the bottom picture. Like, there's
Well, that's a different monitor, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the 4K one. That looks
that's
pretty good.
that's good.
So-
I don't like the stand on that one, but
Yeah, so I guess like
the
they should have
bezel's
put the
really
4K. Well, the 4K they should have put more emphasis on because that looks really hot.
those
the
AOC 4Ks would be really good if you wanted to do something like the Frank P setup, but the monitors one on top of each other,
yeah,
and do the up. Even though it's on an ultra wide, you do the upside down because you got that ultra slim bezel on the top. That would be great for top and bottom.
Well, I mean, essentially they've got an IPS based 4K monitor with a thin bezel like that, and it's also got FreeSync, so FreeSync support. So that's looking really good. I'd like to see that more in focus than this 35-inch curved 1080 EU monitor. They should just call it the AOC EU edition.
Dude, it's ultra wide at 35 inches at 1080 is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Not for, I mean for a TV, yeah, 35 42 inches is fine at 1080p, but for a monitor that's going to be a foot and a half from your face, that's way too close. You're going to be counting pixels.
I know, man. If I hadn't ate yet, I probably would have barfed. Like that's. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to close this. I'm not even gonna switch tabs. I'm gonna close that tab entirely because of how bad that resolution might make my 1440p monitor feel worse about itself.
Yeah.
So So this next one is actually really cool. This definitely interests me as someone that makes videos. This Razer is coming out with a new webcam now. It's going to be coming out at $200. They're calling it the Stargazer. The main thing about it that interests me is the fact that it does do 720 60 FPS, which is really good for streaming. It would be great on something like this if we wanted to do 60 FPS live streams. That would be awesome because you really don't need 1080 60 FPS, which would have been amazing, but you really don't need it at this small level. Like our window sizes are so small that unless you were watching us full screen on a 4K TV, it's going to look good either way. It's not gonna
I don't know. I just can't imagine myself buying one of these though. So it's $200, right? I've already got a Logitech C920 which does 30 frames at 1080. So that's good enough for me. Even if
it's a bit outdated though, man. We've needed injection into the webcam market. And they're also putting in some attention to the audio as well, which not something I'll be using. But at least
the bottom line is right. The bottom line is they can have the best frame rates, whatever. But if they put a crap sensor in that webcam, it's going to look like arse anyway. So it all depends on how good the sensor is. And I mean, for $200, I'm not expecting too much, especially out of Razer.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen, right? You get this webcam and it looks like arse. Don't be surprised, So that's 200 retail too, yeah. So I mean, Razer, I don't know. Razer putting out some really good products. I mean, I like some of their keyboards.
I'm also happy that this thing is not
I love their mouse pads, man.
Can I say I'm also happy that I don't see a Razer logo in sight on this thing?
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's really good. That's exceptional. Because if I were to raise the camera up and find a green snake logo under there, I probably wouldn't buy it unless it was amazing, and then I'd probably scratch it off or something or put tape over it.
So what does it support 3D as well? Is that what they're saying?
There's a Razer watch now as well.
Oh, see, I'd get the watch. That's pretty cool.
I just scrolled all the way down to the bottom of the page. There's a watch and like a really cool looking case actually.
That watch, man. That would just you need Razer shoes. When are they going to? They need to bring out some shoes as well.
I want to maximize this. I like that mini ITX case, man. I want to see the case.
That's it. Like I need a Razer shirt, Razer watch, Razer shoes.
I want to see the mini ITX case, man. I want to see that. And the watch.
I wonder if they can do a Razer.
Just happens to be 420 on that watch. Just want to say that.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the thing, though. They need a Razer bandana as well.
Yeah.
So I can look like a punk.
Yep, and
a nerd.
Naki said it in chat. We need 3D webcams.
That's it. 3D webcams. Yep. So anyway, guys, that's what Razer are releasing. Just some new, I guess, more accessories than anything. But yeah, that's what Razer are focusing on.
Yeah, it's really what they make, isn't it? It'd be weird if they started focusing on something like graphics cards or gaming. Then we really have something to talk about. Yeah, you want to talk about the HTC Vive here at CES as well?
Vive, Vive pre-virtual reality headset for developers at CES 2016 ahead of consumer edition launch of the device in April. So I guess in 2016 you're going to see a lot of focus on VR.
It's going to be massive,
and HTC. Well, I mean HTC are coming to the game too with their own
everyone is
headsets. So yeah, everyone's pretty much coming to the game. I'm liking a lot of the stuff. Have you seen the Omni as well? That walking one that looks really good.
Yes.
Like I was looking up that the other day. There was like this one where you can actually move on this thing.
Yeah, I saw it when it was very early, when it was just like the guy that had invented it was like walking around and showing it to people, and everyone was like, "This guy's really weird." Like they were like, "This is never gonna kick off," and they were showing him going around on GTA 5 in first person punching people, and I was like, "I want to do that."
Oh man, I could have so much fun if someone's putting on a VR headset like that. I could just like knock them on the head and they wouldn't even know it's me. Get back to your VR world. You're just like giving them, playing around with them.
Yes.
Punching them like a punching bag. And then they
well, this is. I mean, it's
way to troll someone.
I mean, this is interesting because we also got the like the Oculus pre-orders like started today, and this is going on now. So it's like March and April is really going to be where it's at. It's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see like once E3 rolls around. I think we're going to see a really big focus on VR this year. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think this year is going to be like the year of everything. I don't know. I guess a lot more like this is the thing. The more people that get into tech, enthusiast tech, and everything tech in general, the more we're going to see growth in the tech industry. So 2016 is just going to be awesome because there's just going to be more people into tech than there's ever been. So yeah, expect there to be more things. There'll probably be even like some thing you can take to the toilet, VR headset toilet experience.
Well, I mean, what I'm really waiting for, I want the waterproof HTC Vive so that I could bring it in the shower with my shower mounted fleshlight. And then I'll be set because then I can just fuck my fleshlight in the shower in virtual reality. You won't see me on streams anymore. You'll be seeing a lot less videos as well.
Yeah, that's it.
We're gonna call.
But I wonder if you can vape. You can vape on the stream too.
We're gonna change. We're gonna change the name to Joker Sticky Tips. There we go.
That's it, Joker Sticky Tips. But you can also get just vape in the VR world. Man. Then you won't have to do it IRL.
Just the sticky tips.
Yeah. So I mean, these are what they're expected to be like. How much is this thing expected to cost?
Yep.
So
I haven't seen the actual price on this yet.
$1,700 or something, like the whole system with that included, I think. So
$1,700. I see that.
No,
2 terabyte with virtual, with the full PC and all that.
Yeah. So.
Well, so Oculus announced today that they were launching at $599. I'm going to call it the HTC Vive is going to launch at $598.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would like to see something that could stream rather, like so I can just utilize my Beast PC and just stream it, like rather than having all the hardware in the headset. Like, I don't know.
Dude, I ordered my Oculus today though. I did buy it.
Yeah. You ordered it, eh?
Yeah, $600.
Wow.
Yep.
You're taking a pledge, aren't you?
Well, I just figured why not? Why not? I mean, the reason I did is because when the Steam controllers came out, I didn't even know that they had a pre-order. So when all of a sudden I started seeing all the tech channels that I'm familiar with and people that I know started uploading their Steam controller, I was like, why don't I have a Steam controller? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's it.
I was like, they must have sent out samples. I didn't even know about this. I didn't know who to hit up. Yeah. But I was like, oh no, they had a pre-order. I was like, what? I was like, I missed it. So when I knew this was coming up, I was just like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna pre-order it.
You got to get a pre-order. Then you got to do one of those noob thumbnails where you're just ecstatic. You know what I mean? Like you just this is the best thing you've ever used, and you got this dopey headset on you.
No, I promise you, I'm going to be the only person that makes a video about the Oculus Rift on day one that's going to look like someone just shat in their cornflakes.
Okay.
I promise you. I promise you. Shat in the cornflakes day one.
All right, this is a bit off topic this week, guys. Sorry.
I'm telling. Well, why is it off topic? It's not off topic. We're talking about Oculus.
Yeah, banging a flashlight. So
that's tech as well, man. It's VR. Jeez, man. If you don't want to fuck flashlights in the shower like the rest of us, man, that's cool. That's cool, man.
I don't. I've got other fetishes.
Man, you can just keep doing it with your hand like a fucking caveman.
All right. Well, nothing wrong with being a Neanderthal. Anyway, let's go to Windows. So we want to move over to Microsoft is finally getting serious about PC support.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, very
So
nice.
do you want to introduce this topic?
Yeah, it looks like so we talked about this like last year. They started we saw it started to see it around E3 where they started to focus a bit more on the PC. They had announced the Gears Ultimate Edition as well as a few other things. But it looks like we're going to be getting even more titles now. They announced a Recore is coming, and we got the full lineup for 2016. We got Halo Wars 2, Fable Legends, Recore Sea of Thieves, Gigantic, Killer Instinct Season 3, Gears Ultimate Edition, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, and finally Cobalt. Now, they did have a screenshot down here for like Gears 4, but we don't have an announcement yet for Gears 4. But if we already got Gears Ultimate Edition, I have a feeling we will get Gears 4. But I think they're going to make us wait on it, and I feel like they're going to do that with maybe Halo 5 as well. It's just I think they're going to make us wait so that they can still get their exclusivity out of the Xbox One and then release it on the PC maybe like a year later and pull like a GTA.
Well, GTA was amazing, man. I recently clocked GTA 5. I loved it.
Well, dude,
It's
that
like-
tested the market. I mean, they showed that if you put out a really good game, a console exclusive, you
Yep.
can, even come out with it on PC like a year or two later and have it be massively successful if it's a good game, which that was.
Well, I mean, it was playing that thing at 4K. That was just incredible. I love that game. That gets my game of the year for 2015, dude. Like GTA 5.
Yeah.
So,
The only
just
reason
loved it.
I wouldn't, I mean, well, it's not the only reason. I still think Witcher 3 is better, but I wouldn't have given it my game of the year just because, I don't know. I guess I still consider it having come out like 2.5 years ago.
I know, but Trevor, dude, that was the funniest character I've ever seen in a video game, eh?
Yeah, Trevor was
It's
pretty good.
just- Oh man, it's just hilarious, eh? It's just crazy.
Yep.
So just like he wakes up, like you switch over to him, and he's waking up without a shirt on. There's a pizza on the floor. Just like, yeah, baller.
Are you,
Man.
are you excited for any games on this list?
Well, I'm excited for Gears of War because you've been talking that up so much. I'm sad to see that Microsoft aren't focusing on Age of Empires. I mean, Age of Empires for me was their best franchise. I used to love that game, and they haven't released anything really serious. Like they've released some here and there, beat around the bush expansions and whatnot. But I'd love to see them release Age of Empires 4 or whatever, an MMO. Let's see what they're capable of doing. I'd love to see what Microsoft just get into the deep end
You really
and
think
make
you think they're
something.
going to do a PC exclusive? I don't know if they'll do that.
I just wish they would do that. I wish they would because I mean, Age of Empires was just so damn good. I love what they did with that series.
The thing is, if they were to do something with like Age of Empires, if they wanted to launch it on the Xbox One, they would also need to basically put out a clone of the Steam controller so that you could actually control the thing. So so that you could have the touchpad to scroll around the map. That's like one of the big reasons they use those is so that you could play things like RTSs, Dota, things like that.
Yeah.
That's a big reason they use those touchpads on the Steam controllers. So,
Yeah.
if I can't imagine playing something like Age of Empires on a 360 controller, an Xbox One controller.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't want it though. That's the thing. So I'd rather them just release, PC exclusive. But also Killer Instinct, that looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to that too. So season 3.
Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition is kind of an odd one. I mean, the game just came out this in 20. I keep saying this year, 2015, on Xbox One and PC. Now they're coming out with the Definitive Edition. Seems like they're.
I mean,
milking it a little
everyone's talking up Ori and the Blind Forest. Like I played it in Electric City, and it was boring for me, man. I don't know what it was about Ori and the Blind Forest.
Hey,
it was
you
just
gotta
like
play,
I'm gonna be.
no, you gotta play the whole thing.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie. I picked it up, started playing it for 5 minutes. I was like, wow, this is boring as shit. And then I played some Mega Man.
Well, let me ask you this: was it the first 5 minutes?
What's up? I don't know. It was just 5 minutes of me just jumping in this stage, and I was like, then there was Mega Man right next to that. There was Mega Man right next to that, and I was just like, yeah, take my breath away.
If you played the first 5 minutes, you may have a different opinion about Ori and the Blind Forest because it's all about the first 5 minutes with that game. Like really, like I've never seen a game jump into narrative just like that before. Like with Ori, it's just wow, it's crazy, man. It's really good. If you like story in games like that, it's really
Okay, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a fair go.
yeah, it's good.
So, do we want to talk about Nvidia's VX ambient occlusion?
Yep,
Is this just voxel ambient occlusion?
Yeah, it's the voxel based ambient occlusion, which for people that maybe aren't familiar, don't remember, this was shown off some years back when they first showed off Maxwell. They had the Moon demo where you could see the spaceman, the Neil Armstrong, whatever, climbing down the the lander at the moon, and they had released this tech demo to basically prove that we actually went to the moon, so that they could use the lighting system to show that there actually would be no stars in the sky. Blah 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 blah. Well, it looks like that's finally going to be in a game, so we're getting more Nvidia GIMP works going into the new Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I don't think we got a chance to talk about at all between us. But anyway, it's going to be bundled with Nvidia as well. They're bundling it with their cards, and now it looks like it's getting GIMPWorks technology. So basically, they did a complete flip flop. They went with AMD last time on TressFX. Now they're with Nvidia's GIMPWorks.
It's interesting, yeah, weird. So they went with TressFX. Now they're going on the other side of the coin. I guess the incentives are too good to pass on.
You know what? I almost would. Just considering this as well, I would almost take that as almost as confirmation that like the other titles from Square Enix in the near future, like the new Hitman and the new Deus Ex, will probably be in the same boat, I'd guess. They'll probably be bundled with NVIDIA cards. They'll probably have GameWorks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of these new features that come in, I'm not excited for this pretty much at all, because a lot of these new features just tank your graphics card, man. They really do. Like, they just tank the shit out of your computer and your frame rates.
Yep. And also, and Squeenix has not shown any reason to be, I don't know, trusted in these situations, because they did the, what's it called? They, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Say what you were going to say. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the one technology that they do introduce that doesn't tank your frame rates, I think it was VXAO. That looked like arse. Like, it looked like complete arse. Just someone pooped on your screen. Now play the game.
As well as TXAA. It's the same. It smudges the textures.
Yeah. It's like a smeared turd. Yeah, you're right. So, but that's why I'm not kind of looking forward to this. I mean, you see the demos where they're all optimized.
That was anti-aliasing you were just talking about. This is AO, though. This is ambient occlusion.
I know, but I'm saying it tanks your frame rates to the point where you just turn it off. So,
well, as far as the NVIDIA text that I've had the least amount of problems with, I would say actually HBAO Plus was probably one of the best ones, apart from Assassin's Creed games, which had a real big issue, especially the recent Syndicate. So
I did like God Rays, but I mean, when you start to put them on high and ultra, you start to notice a bit of a drop. So,
well, if this replaces or is better than HBAO Plus and is maybe a less performance impact, then it could be really good, because they were saying it's 3 times cheaper to use than SSAO, like per frame, kind of like it looks better than SSAO and it's more taxing than SSAO. But as far as what you're getting in terms, like kind of like almost like cost per dollar type thing with
so that's what I like to see. Yeah. That's what I like to see, optimization. Because I mean, let's face it, right? They're not going to release like a 200% processing power GPU anytime soon.
No.
Even if they had it, they wouldn't do it. So, yeah, I mean, when they can make things more efficient and get the most out of the actual, software side-based things, then that's when we're going to see more improvements.
Yes.
And a better gaming experience, right?
Yep.
So
Hopefully.
let's have a look at the Rise of the Tomb Raider. So officially, unless you want to talk about this more.
Well, yeah, we will. I forgot to. I was going to move it up so they would have went together. I forgot to do that noob topic.
Yeah.
Well, I would take this with a hefty grain of salt right now, though, these system requirements, because the minimum system requirements are not official from Crystal Dynamics. The release date is, but the system requirements, we only got the minimum, and it's saying a GTX 650 7070 or like an i3 2100 for the minimum, which seems reasonable, I guess, since it is running on consoles. But if you want to run it maxed out, there's no way that's going to do it, man. Look at those screenshots.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at those faces. Like, look at her hair. That's got to be Hairworks. That up close on that hair, that's got to be Hairworks.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it looks really good.
It looks
the screenshots.
Well,
the jacket. Look at the texture on the jacket too. Yeah. That looks really good. Yeah.
Would you take? I mean, looking at that hair, would you take that as confirmation of Hairworks? Pretty much. That's not console hair.
No.
That's I mean, I guess it could have been TressFX, but I highly doubt it since they're partnered with Nvidia.
Yeah.
So it's got to be. It's got to be Hairworks.
The good thing is that as long as they're taking care of the minimum requirements and a lot of people can play this game, then I'm happy with that. Like,
I hope so.
Some of these minimum requirements coming out lately have been a bit of a joke.
Well, I'll tell you what. If this game comes out and it has performance issues, we will know so fast that it was Nvidia's fault, because the last Tomb Raider was like the pinnacle of what I would call like a good scaling game. That game, like, depending, whatever hardware you threw at it, it was going to scale accordingly. If you put 2, 3, 4 graphics cards, it was just going to like practically double up. It was just like it was a really well optimized game on PC. It was
Yeah.
one of the best like ports like ever. It was
Ever.
awesome ever. It was an amazing port.
Yeah. Well, this looks like it'll be a good port. So
Yes.
anyway.
Hopefully it's got GameWorks attached to it, so it could be a fucking turd. Well, no sooner.
Okay, so
Comes out at the end of the month.
yeah. Well, do we want to talk about a rumor? Next Assassin's Creed game coming in 2017, and Watch Dogs 2. I don't really care for Watch Dogs. I got bored in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not really pumped up for Watch Dogs 2, except I'm only excited about Watch Dogs 2 just to see if Ubisoft has learned something and to see what they can do with what they've learned off the first one.
Mate.
Well,
Remember, everyone was talking for that. Everyone was talking about that game for like a week, and then it just died so hard. What happened to Watch Dogs?
Well, I think Watch Dogs 2 is going to be good. I'm predicting it's going to be decent, like a 7, maybe like a 7.5 out of 10. And I think that because they've shown in the past, like with Assassin's Creed games, that they usually come out with a really bad game followed by a good game in the same series because they like learn their lessons. Like they did it with, so AC3 came out, big mess. And then AC4 came out and basically polished all of the new elements they brought into AC3. Last year they brought in all these new things to AC Unity. It was a mess, and then they've polished all of those things this year with Syndicate. Now we've got Watch Dogs 2 as well. Hopefully they polish all the issues.
I mean, I remember playing Watch Dogs, and the control like for PC was horribly optimized. It was terrible.
It was not very good driving control, but it was okay. I could control that game on a mouse and keyboard relatively.
I mean, I could control it, but it was like annoying, right? It felt like I needed a controller to play that game. Like, just doing stuff took longer than a decent PC port would take. And that it just frustrated. I hate getting frustrated when I play games.
Well, Watch Dogs, it was like, for me, it was 50% of a good game. Like it had good visuals. It had the being in Chicago and the layout and the open world and all that was fine. And I liked the hacking stuff. I thought all of that was excellent, but they missed on the PC optimization. And then at the end of the day, even if they did get that sorted out, I probably wouldn't have played it because the story and the characters were just.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. Like, I don't know, man. I just got it for bench. I ended up getting to a part of the level. I'm like, all right, this is going to be my benchmark game, and I just showed it for benchmarks, and that was it. Watch Dogs.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it just died. This game died quicker than you could even notice it was out. So.
Well, besides, so with the other topic in this news story, there was Assassin's Creed coming in 2017, which. To me, the best thing about that is that it's not coming out in 2016, which would mean they were taking a year off, which would be insane because that would mean they're not making money this year on Assassin's Creed.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, I think like you're saying that the latest Assassin's Creed that was released was pretty good. So I'm going to definitely get that.
It was pretty good.
So I'm definitely going to give that a try and then change my mind about it. Because like, before that, I'd heard a lot of bad things about Assassin's Creed. But I mean, if they're going to take their time to really get the games polished and then release them, hey, they can rebuild their image, right? I mean, everyone makes mistakes, and a lot of people continually makes mistakes. But hey, if they start to change their attitude and get back in the game, then I'm definitely up for buying good PC games. There's no problem with that.
Yeah, and according to this rumor from the person that it came from, they said there won't be an AC in 2016. You could screen cap this, blah 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 blah. He said basically, they said the game is going to have a Witcher feel. With player progression, freeform combat system, the horses back, and boats too. It's made by the same team that worked on Black Flag, and you can leave questions for him, he said. So everything he said sounds good. Like also Egypt was the setting, so Egypt sounds cool.
It does.
Anything that brings in Witcher is good. I think maybe they saw the success of that and they want to maybe follow in those footsteps and maybe turn this into an RPG. What do you think? Assassin's Creed RPG? That could be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
But I liked back they did. I was the second Ezio title that was all in Rome, so it was just one city, and you had the horseback. It was that was like one of the best ones. Honestly, it was really one of the best Assassin's Creeds. So if they can get back to that and maybe do like something like that, that would be great.
Yeah, 2016, guys. Doom 4. That's all I'm going to say. Give me the Doom 4.
I need to get on those Insta-jibs, man.
Yeah, that's it. I need Doom 4 in my life.
My Insta-jibs are ready, mate. Ready to go. ready to fucking go, eh?
Hey, mate, put them on the barbie. I'm just going to go cook up me bloody game, mate.
Yeah, it's not bad, eh? Not bad at all.
All right.
Yep. So next topic we have up here is that another rumor here, Homefront Revolution could be coming out on May 17th.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the last Homefront. I'm assuming you didn't. It was a good FPS. I thought it was a good FPS. It got really mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it. I liked the story, and like if anyone in the chat played the campaign at all, thinking back to it, like a lot of the some of the
Never heard of it, eh?
no, it was some of the stuff you do in it is like because it's like the whole country is in an uproar and everything has changed, and like there are parts where you're like in settlements of like surviving groups of Americans that have basically made small communities that are trying to basically avoid the North Koreans, and it reminded me a lot of like Walking Dead actually, like a lot of the scenes and stuff we've seen in Walking Dead where they have like the small little communities and stuff like that. That's what Homefront kind of reminded me like that, without the zombies, obviously, but
Well, it had the Cry engine in it. Was it any good, like the graphics wise? And
yeah, graphics
wise?
on the first one were pretty good for the time. They're not amazing now by any standard, but like a DirectX 9 game. It looks pretty good, I guess. It's like a Call of Duty title, I guess, from maybe that era, from like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, see, I need to start looking out for like real hardcore game reviews and then identifying with a reviewer who's got my similar taste, because some people just give games really good reviews and then I play those games and I'm just like, no, it sucks.
No, that's
and then I play games that go like 60. Yeah,
you gotta, not every reviewer is going to be for every person. You got to find a reviewer that you click with for sure.
exactly right. So like I've read reviews 60%, played the game and absolutely loved it. So I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, what do we got? No more pirated games in 2 years. You want to move on to this big news here?
Well, I wouldn't really call it news, but but there are apparently there's Just Cause 3 has the Denuvo DRM in it, which anyone that plays games on the PC or maybe pirates is probably familiar with, because numerous games have come out in the past which have had issues where they weren't cracked ever because it used Denuvo DRM. But Denuvo has also caused issues for non-pirating gamers. It's caused performance issues in games, and there were even reports initially when it first came around, like a year or so ago, or 2 years ago, I think it was with Lords of the Fallen, that it was actually frying people's SSDs, which could very well be unsubstantiated. But there were quite a few reports of people saying that their SSDs had gotten fried by Denuvo DRM. I don't have any way of like verifying that, but that's what people were saying was happening to them.
Damn, this is some serious stuff, eh? But they can't crack the Denuvo, hey? That's what they're saying.
I think there was one game that had Denuvo that got cracked. I think there was one. Yes, I do believe there was one.
Wow. So yeah, Just Cause 3 can't be cracked. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, I'm playing Just Cause 3. It's quite a bit of fun. I'd say I played that. I'm playing this after I played GTA 5. I mean, GTA 5 is better. But like, it's a different kind of a game. It's definitely a lot of fun if you like open world, run around, do what you want to do kind of games.
Yeah, but
and it kind of Just Cause 3 kind of like borrows off of GTA's like police alert radar kind of thing. I think they copied that idea off them.
Yeah,
like you get heat and then you've got to like hide.
Yeah, that's you've just described the element that they robbed from every open world crime game ever.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I was kind of surprised to see that. I was like, why are they doing that? Like, so
because it's been in every open world crime game ever.
Yeah, I mean, GTA was the first to release that. Yeah,
I don't know. Right. Well, there was open world games before, like Driver was around. I don't know if they had the Wanted system. I think it was probably GTA that did bring in the Wanted system, but it could have been Driver because they really copied Driver as far as the that third-person perspective, which we now know them for. That was really Driver that did that first, the third-person car open world game. That was Driver, and then GTA came in, and they did that after they had done top-down stuff, and then it was really successful. So,
well, it's funny, though. I thought you'd never see the day where they'd bring in, like, DRM that couldn't be cracked. So it looks like Denuvo's got a hot pirating, which, I mean, it's good and bad, I guess. Good if you got no... It's fucked up because it's people have said it's affecting performance and like the thing with the SSDs, so that's affecting honest people that have paid for the game because of piracy, which is stupid. Because if we've seen anything in the past, is that this shit doesn't work. It doesn't work. Even if they're saying right now, oh, it's working. No, it's not. It's not working. It's not working.
Those people that didn't buy the game before to pirate it still aren't going to buy it now.
Yeah. Very, very true. Yeah, they got no money anyway. So
Yeah, exactly. They were, they're not pirating it just to say fuck you. They're pirating it because they're broke,
yeah, that's
or
exactly
they'll
right.
or because they don't want to wait for the $5 sale that it's inevitably
But
going to come on the
actually,
next Steam sale. So
I'm going to look this up now. Denuvo, are they a publicly listed company? I might even have to.
Denuvos Software Solutions. I would probably.
Denuvo stock price. I'm going to start investing in Denuvo and watch me return some money.
Oh my god.
Well, then you can then all the money you make off the Denuvo stock.
He's gonna pull a big short on us. But anyway,
That's the thing. No, then you buy all the Denuvo stock. 2 years time, Denuvo is just flying right sky high. Then you sell it all, and you can buy whatever games you want for the rest of your life. There, solution.
yeah. So you want to go on to our last topic of the day here before we go on to Q&A?
So so League of Legends new champion teased in trailer. So what's this about?
Well, there's a new League of Legends champion, which I don't think either one of us care about because we don't play League of Legends. So take this time to post your questions in the chat. The only reason I pulled this up is because I thought it was hilarious because the thumbnail on this is a woman blowing smoke out of her mouth. So everyone freaked out on Twitter and was like, "Oh my god, League of Legends is putting in a vaping character." It's fucking hilarious.
Well, you can identify with this new champion, then, can't you, Joker?
It's just funny because I find the whole people like mocking the vapors or whatever, like the we get it, you vape thing is hilarious. And if it annoys them that I vape, I am happy about that, and I go out of my way to vape more in front of those people just because of it, because I know it annoys them. So
I mean, I don't know what it is though.
I appreciate them identifying themselves to me, so that I know to do it more.
I just don't know what it is though. It's like if you do it kind of like with the attitude that you don't care, that comes off as rude. I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes I watch people vape and I'm sure they're like, yeah, I'm just going to pause mid-topic. Just hang on. Like, it is a bit annoying.
What the problem is that the whole "we get it, you vape" thing is that now they're doing it to everyone, but it really came about because of the people that are like really in your face, that are like blowing smoke clouds and smoke rings and doing tricks and all that shit and never shut up about vaping. Those weird, like vape nerds, basically.
Okay. Vape nerds.
Yeah, hey man, there are vape nerds. It's just like, PC geeks, whatever, people that build PCs. There are people that do that with vaping, people that build their mods and all that shit. I'm telling you, there are people mod their vaporizers to be able to put out more smoke and all that shit. So So anyway,
that's about it. So we're gonna hit the questions.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit the questions.
I don't really like vaping, honestly. I prefer dabbing, honestly, personally.
I prefer just not smoking anymore. Like, I quit smoking. I'm not gonna touch it again, man. Anything to do with vaping or like smoking or anything like that, I just couldn't be bothered anymore.
Yeah.
So let's move to the questions. Anyone got some questions? Just drop them in the comments, guys, and we'll be sure to answer.
Yeah.
And also on other news, AMD, I heard that they mentioned some Polaris thing as well. So it looks like, they're dropping down to, is it 14 nanometer? They're going to 14 nanometer FinFET with Samsung. So that'll be really good. Looking forward to that. So 2016 is going to be great. We're going to get Pascal. We're going to get, they call it Polaris. So we're going to get Polaris. We're going to get Zen. Now. Yeah, we're going to get Zen. And
dude, 2016 is going to be awesome.
So what's a dab? So what's I wouldn't mind having a J, to be honest, like just on holiday, So
dabs is what I did with what I do with the blowtorch.
Oh, okay, that's a dab. Okay, yeah. Well, that dab, you can just put dab greater than all. Pretty much, that was pretty epic with the blowtorch, yeah.
Yep. This is what I'm smoking on today. This is Asian tobacco. Asian tobacco, 12% nicotine, not bad.
Yeah.
Or 12 milliliters of nicotine, is it? Or 12%? I don't know. Whatever. 12. Yeah. That one. It's interesting because it's actually like the most tobacco-y flavor I've ever tasted in my life. It's like tobacco personified, but without any of the burning taste. It's really good.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't smoked for a while, man. I'm not going to smoke cigarettes anymore. Done.
Yeah, yes. We already did. We did hardware news first, and we did gaming news after that, and now we're on Q&A, and you were the first question, man.
Yeah. So
Vive over or under on $700?
I think it'll be over.
Over $700?
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm under on that.
You're under? Okay. Well, I'm over. So
I don't think they're gonna. Nah, because I don't think they're gonna. If they overshoot the Oculus Rift after it's already out, I mean, unless the Oculus Rift comes out and fails massively,
yeah,
then I can't see that happening.
yeah. Oh, we got asked, Joker, could you do a vid on modding? Drake Owens is finding it really hard. So modding what though?
Yeah, modding what? I did a video on modding Witcher 3.
Okay. Yeah, modding computer parts or modding games. Also, monitor upgrades in the near future. I'm actually planning 2016. I will do some monitor upgrades, definitely. Most likely will be 16 by 9. I've seen 21 by 9. I'm not really a big fan. If anything, I'd rather just get a massive 40-inch. And like you were saying, right, you can still run 21 by 9 on your 40-inch, right?
As long as the 4K screen, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, so I'm going to get a 4K screen and have that as a TV and whatever, 4K benchmark, and then probably get it like a triple surround setup. I don't know. 2016 is going to be a good year anyway, so I've got a lot of plans for monitors and PCs as well. I'm also going to focus on a lot of secondhand PCs in 2016 because a lot of people are enjoying that. Hey, I'm enjoying that too. I love fixing up stuff. So,
yep.
Okay, what do we...
Someone asked me about the 4970s. 2 of those were the ones that I have now, the SSC and the hybrid. The other 970 boxes were from a client build that I did back in April that I did videos on it. It was the Jinx build.
Okay. I got asked 1400. Is that US? Slider, awesome. I mean, if you got 1400, I'd go for like a 1231 V3 Xeon and a 980 Ti. That's for 1400. I think you could squeeze that in.
I'd go for 4790K.
Yeah, but you'll want to get a 980 Ti in for 1400. That's US.
I don't know. 4790Ks right now are only 299 US.
Oh, really? That's not bad.
Yeah, at Micro Center. Sorry, at Micro Center.
So grab that. Grab a Cooler Master 212. Grab a cheap Z80.
You can get. When I was looking the other day, you could
get.
You can go to Micro Center and get a 4790K with a gigabyte motherboard. It was for $365.
Yeah.
And then you can get and you can get 16 gigs of RAM on top of that for $60. So you're looking at like, what was that? I don't know what's that add up to. I lost track.
Yeah.
Something. It adds up to numbers. That's not that many.
We got asked about a 60-inch Vizio. It's got native 120 hertz. I don't think any 4K TV has native 120 hertz. I think it's that
not 120 hertz.
Effect,
it's not 120 hertz. It's being done.
Yeah.
It's being done internally on the CPU, basically inside the TV, which is awful and adds interpolation. I would suggest turning that off.
Would I play games on a TV? Yes, if I had a controller and I was just chilling. When I play games like seriously, I play them on mouse, keyboard, and like a good monitor with low input lag.
Yeah, I'd play something. Yeah. I'd play something like Assassin's Creed, or like a Batman game that's not Arkham Knight on PC. I mean, on a TV. Yeah. As long as it was connected to a really powerful PC as well.
Yeah.
And was 4K.
Yeah. So, fuck yo TV. That's a nice name, man. He says he has a GTX 970, and should he upgrade to play top shelf VR games at 120 FPS? Wow. Yeah, you'd probably want to upgrade.
Wait, I would say just wait.
I mean, yeah, wait for Pascal, definitely. Or wait for
Pascal and headsets to actually be out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just wait until everything's out before you make a decision, right? So you might not even have to, right? Your GTX 970 might be good to go on some of those titles. Who knows?
I doubt it. It's running above 1080p over 60 hertz. It's not going to happen. It's like 2180 by 1200, I think it is.
Hey, man, you can always tweak those settings. Hey, that's what I was saying. So, any chance you could do a vid on unlocking the R9 Fury to an R9 Fury X?
I don't think you can tweak the settings, Brian. The Oculus Rift is that resolution. That's it.
I don't know. I don't know. But TG UK, I mean, you'd have to get a Fury that could be unlocked. And I think the Asus one does, yeah? That can be unlocked to a Fury X, yeah?
Maybe.
Yeah, something like that. So you'd have to get one that would be unlocked to that. I think
Brian's in denial.
Honestly, I just got an R9 390, and I'm going to be doing my video of the R9 390 versus the GTX 970. And as it stands, I would have absolutely no reason to get a Fury or a Fury X because I've already got a 980 Ti. And yeah, like, I mean, look, I'm going to be straight up. Like, I would rather, if you were going for a single GPU, I would rather a 970 over a 390. So
Yeah.
go at it in the comments, boys, if you want to burn me. But yeah, I'd have a 970 any day over an R9 390. I mean, I've been playing on the R9 390. This is the thing, right? This is the thing I've got to get out of the way, right? And I might make 2 videos on it because when people benchmark, like, look, I could benchmark my R9 390 overclocked, right?
Yep.
I could benchmark it at 1150 megahertz overclocked. The problem is when I started playing games for hours and hours, games would crash like a lot. They'd start to get, I've even got video clips of Trevor and Michael's faces in Grand Theft Auto 5 turning black. And then the game's still playing.
Well,
weird shit just starts happening, right?
I thought for a second you said Franklin. I would have been like, oh, okay, never mind.
No. Yeah, but even Franklin's brown, so that's what I mean. And then well, he's not. No, these were going full on. It was just lost all the color, right?
Oh man, racist confirmed. I'm just kidding.
How's it racist? I'm
joking with you, man.
Franklin's got a nice brown skin. He looks good.
It's not brown, man. It's mocha.
Okay. Anyway, bottom line is that a lot of weird shit was happening. I've got a lot of screenshots of me just playing games, even on the factory overclocked settings, right? The MSI one goes to 1060 megahertz. And even on those settings, after a couple of hours of playing, games would still crash. So this is where it comes down to the question of, if you're testing a 970 versus an R9 390, what settings do I use? Do I use the ones that pass the benchmarks okay? Or do I use the settings that are playing after a few hours stable? Because the 970, even to my sweet spot overclock, which is what I test the benchmarks at, that after a few hours would not crash at all.
Hey, maybe you'll have different results when you get back home and you try it in your PCs.
But that's the thing, I will. That's what I mean. I'm going to test it more. But from what I've got so far, at 22 degrees ambient temperatures, the R9 390 cannot play games after a few hours over reference clocks. Yeah. Otherwise, it crashes. The GTX 970, however, overclocked
Which
to
CPU
the
did you
ballsack.
paired with?
This is the 6700K.
Oh, okay.
But the GTX 970 overclocked to the max can play games for hours, no problems. So it's where do I test this? Where do I test the overclocks? Do I test it overclocked versus non-overclocked? Or do I test it...
I mean, you can test... I would say, if in that type of video, I would do, since they're different cards, different manufacturers, I would do stock versus stock and then max overclock versus max overclock in the benchmarks.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying, though. The R9 390, though, its max overclock passes the benchmarks, but it doesn't play games. You know what I mean? For hours, it'll crash.
Yeah, if it crashes, then then that's not a stable
exactly.
It's not if it crashes at anything, it's not a stable overclock. Therefore, it has to be turned down.
Yeah.
If it crashes at any overclock, then they're all bad.
Yeah, exactly, right. So that's what I mean. So when I do the R9 390 results, I'm going to test it more. Am I going to say, okay, out of the box settings, 1000 megahertz, and then overclock settings, 1000 megahertz? Is that what I'm going to go?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
You seem heavily distracted, Brian.
Yeah, I was. So it just was before, yeah. So I'm focused now. But that's what I'm saying. Right? I want to discuss that because it's a big thing, right? If you benchmark a game and you're doing 25-second benchmarks, the R9 390, it passed with flying colors. It passed the 3D Mark Firestrike benchmarks. But that's what I mean. After a few hours of gaming, it just started overheating, I guess, and just couldn't handle the overclocks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's too bad. So, anyway,
but Tech Dog raises a good point. Can I cook eggs on my 970? No, I can't. So that's right. The R9 390 is superior for cooking food.
Only on a custom fan curve.
Yeah. But that's something I got to talk about because, my 970, it kicks ass, man. And from what I hear from the community, a lot of 970s overclock without problems.
Insanely well. It's 1500 without even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
And they are basically a $300 980 too. So.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Then you talk to people who are on R9 390s, and the consensus is a lot of people can't overclock. So, anyway, that's just what I got to talk about because I'm going to be doing a pretty in-depth video on the R9 390 versus the 970. But for people asking for recommendations, I would pick the 970 over the 9390. If I was going for SLI or Crossfire at 4K, then I'd probably pick an R9390. But the problem is I'd go for a higher end card even still.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. I've got the G1. So I've got the 970, I've got the Gigabyte G1. And I've also I got the MSI R9390, which everyone recommended because it was like the best.
Yeah.
So I've got
I heard
those
bad things
two
about the
stuff.
Gigabyte one though.
Oh, the R9390. Yeah, I haven't. That's what I mean. People told me about the R9390 from Gigabyte and told me to avoid it because I had an R9290 from Gigabyte. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising. I just wonder what they did wrong on that with their cooler versus other ones or something.
Yeah, I mean, Kentech HD raises a good point. I will try, like when I get home, I've got a Superflow Platinum power supply. I will run it on my main rig and give it a good chance. Like, I'll be doing more consistent testing with the R9390 and the GTX 970, but as it stands, I would pick a GTX 970 over an R9390, and that's it. Yeah. Like I'm not afraid to fanboy one side or another. Like people are like, oh, you're just an Nvidia fanboy. No, it's not. I just get the cards. I just test them. If one card's better than the other, I'll be using that card, you know, and I'll just tell people my experience, my results. And that's, you know, when you come to my channel, that's what you're always going to get. You're always going to get an opinion, and I don't give a shit who gets hurt. You know?
Did you try removing the cooler and replacing thermal paste with Vegemite to see if it's more stable?
See, that's what I got to do. I might get some Vegemite on there, and I reckon it'll start running better.
I happen to know where you could find some spare Vegemite, by the way.
In your trash can, right?
In the New Jersey landfill somewhere.
You chucked it out, eh? You just hated it that bad. But I will be trying that too. I will actually take the cooler off and apply some new thermal paste, spread method. Actually give it a good go. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people in America try Vegemite and they don't like it, eh? You included. So yeah, Michael West says he tried it, he didn't like it. So yeah. Someone asked, "How's your health going? Can you give us an update?"
Yeah, it's fine. I had my my operation early in 2015 to help me with losing weight. I've done over 100 pounds. I've been kind of what do they call it? I've stalled this last month. And when you get the weight loss surgery, they have a thing. Some people do it like a couple months after. Some people do it years after. I think it's just because of December, you know, the holidays and all that, and just staying indoors because it's cold. Where I've stalled. I haven't gained any more weight, but I haven't lost any more weight either. So it's just sitting there. Just like right on the same weight, basically. Like maybe up a pound or down a pound, but just kind of I've stalled right now because of the winter, I guess, and just I'm kind of hibernating. But getting it back on track, though, we're good. We're still good. We haven't gained any weight back, so lost over 100 pounds, so everything is good there. I feel amazing. Otherwise, I mean, literally, like last year this time, I couldn't have done the remodeling in this room on my own physically. I wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah. So I just so that's what I mean. So like the thing is also we got asked about what do we think about the AMD Zen CPU coming out this year. We've already spoke about this in the past. Me and Joker will probably be both getting it, testing it out. Yep. I can't wait for it personally. It's like a new CPU from AMD. Can't wait for it. I want to see what it's capable of. It will probably feature some unique hyperthreading thing from AMD. Like it'll be similar to hyperthreading. I don't know exactly the details on it yet, but apparently it's
Fuck Yo TV suggested I go on keto. I don't believe in any diet that has a name. Okay. If a diet has a name, I'm not doing it. Because if they gave the diet a name, it was for marketing reasons, and the diet was created for marketing reasons. So that's why I don't do diets like that with names. It's called Eat Less, Move More. That's my diet.
Yeah. I got asked to do more. Diet. Yeah, well, that's it. For diet, I just drink green tea, man. Just drink green tea, and you'll be fine.
Dude, I am a firm. I know that diet affects how fast and stuff like that, and how different things happen in your body throughout the day. But I'm a firm believer that if you burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight, unless like you're an insane person and all of your calories are like 2 liters of Pepsi, in which case you deserve to die, you miserable person. Like, I don't know. But yeah, as long as you just eat normal human food and exercise, you will lose weight. I promise. Oh yeah, sorry. So we asked about budget video equipment. Yeah, I will be doing some more budget videos in 2016. I'll probably do some video equipment. I would say that I might upgrade. Ask for that. You'd be the person to ask on that because I'm always looking to spend more money on my video equipment. I'm always looking for value for money, but I will be upgrading video equipment in the future. We got asked, Brian and Joker, do you guys listen to any podcasts? If so, which one? I mean, I watched The Tech. I actually watched The Tech from Logan and
And I think he's got Kane on there a lot more nowadays instead of Wendell.
Yeah,
He's got Wendell on there too.
Well, Wendell's still there. Kane moved out there with them, so he's roommate now with Logan. So
Okay, cool.
So yeah, they doing the show together. So 3-man show. It's good though.
Yeah.
I like that after they did their Patreon, now they're starting to upload more content. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So I watched the tech. Other podcasts, I don't really watch that many, even though I should. I mean, obviously I don't have a lot of time on my hands. But
Yeah, I'm like you. That's the only one that I can personally sit down and watch from start to end. And without breaking a sweat, like that and WASD, which I don't really consider a podcast, but that and WASD from Tech Syndicate. I'll pop into Awesome Hardware, and I pop into Tech Talk. Usually, Tech Talk, I like it, but they don't stay on topic enough. Which if I'm listening to a podcast, that's what I want.
Jay and Jerry go way off topic.
It's really, it lives up to its name. It is Tech Talk. I was there once. It's just talking. There's no organization to it whatsoever. And I would be like, if I went into like every week with no topics whatsoever, I'd be like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. Like, what if we just like, even sometimes when we do have topics, we'll come to a point where there's like an awkward pause and we just have anything to say. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I could.
Yeah, true. I guess we need topics. Yeah. So I guess it goes to show that they're good
I could probably do an hour.
spontaneous.
I could do an hour without topics, but I would probably want to have 3 or 4 people here to bounce off of each other.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Exactly. And it'd probably be like me just talking about Star Wars. like.
Yeah, I think we've seen enough of your movie reviews for 1 year.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, actually, that was last year. Shit. You're fresh for 2016. You're fresh for 2016. You've got a whole one extra review now that you can work your way in 2016 for movie reviews if you want to review it here on the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it, man. Have we got any more questions, or are we gonna head out for now, guys?
Yeah, we're gonna get on out of here. It's getting on late. I got to go cook dinner actually for my family. So
but I will say before I go, someone asked, I will be doing a lot more ghetto PC builds. I really enjoy doing them, like picking up just dirt cheap parts and just really smashing out those builds. So yeah, expect a lot more secondhand PCs. I might even do like a $500 secondhand PC to see what I can get. Yeah, just I love seeing what I can get for the money, Yep. So yeah. That's it. And then what channels changes in 2016? Like, I just hope to be a bit more professional. I think that's my main goal in 2016, rather than like I upload content sometimes and it's got errors in it or whatnot. So I hope to be more professional and get on my game.
Well, that's okay. I've been keeping you on point with those. Brian made the mistake of asking me what I thought about a video once.
Yeah. Thoughts on Linus's 7 GPU system? Is that his one CPU thing? I don't know. That was just
it's one PC, 7 people running on it, basically on VMs.
Yeah. What was the point? Was it just to show off how much hardware he has?
I think it was really like a sponsored thing. Because they are showing it off at one of the booths at CES. I can't remember which one.
Okay.
One of the booths at CES is showing off the PC. So I reckon the entire thing was, hashed out with them ahead of time. It was basically their thing. They contracted them out to do and make the video. If I had to guess, basically just big dollars. But it was a cool video. It was an interesting thing to see. And I'm predicting that in 2016 we will see more builds like that from other maybe unknown people, or other tech channels will probably try to do something like that.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think 4 is a sweet spot.
That's what I thought too. When they said 7, I was like, why not 4?
Yeah, 4's good. Like 4's pretty good.
Especially like a 4-way LAN session. You could have like kindergarten desks like all facing each other.
That's it. I remember because when I used to play back in the day, we had LAN going. We had like 4.
So everyone could see each other basically.
It was pretty freaking king. So 7 was kind of weird. Yeah.
And at that point, I'd still just want my own PC. I'd be like, this is really fucking stupid. Why did we spend $35,000 on this? We could have got 4 PCs for $4,000. They would have been good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, we could have built 7 PCs for way less than that.
Exactly.
Way less than that. Way less than that. I don't think they realize that.
That's at the end of the day, right?
It's like we could have built all 7 of you 2 PCs each. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Good ones, really good ones.
Yeah, I sort of baffed at the $30,000. I was like, really? But for Linus, it was $0 because it was all provided. So.
Well, I don't think they get to keep that. I'm pretty sure that's whoever contracted. I think they got to keep it. But it was cool to see. Can it even run Crisis? It can run it 7 times, bro.
Yeah.
But anyway, we will catch you guys.
All right.
We're gonna
All right,
stop.
bros.
We're gonna stop bashing Linus here, which we usually for some reason we always do it at the end of the show.
I don't want to yeah.
I don't even want to talk about Linus.
Yeah,
I don't know why
exactly.
you brought it up. You brought it up, mate.
The comments brought it up.
Fine.
I didn't bring it up.
Blame the comments. Blame Joe Mills.
Yeah.
It's all your fault.
Yeah.
But your faded flag. God damn you, your faded flag.
Officially though, we love Linus, right? Officially,
I like Linus. I like Linus. There you go. I like him.
Yeah,
he seems. Yeah, I like Linus.
Yeah.
I like Linus.
Officially.
I don't like some of their business decisions. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right, guys, we're gonna peace out for now.
Ta-da!
All right. All right, brother.